Welcome back to Tub Pilates. Today we're going to be doing a short advanced flow for you. The only prop you're going to need is your black box. If you don't have one, you could use any kind of stool or box, or you can do it without it, and I'll provide some modifications for that. We're going to start off with some quick footwork just to get everything warmed up. So I like to do footwork on one medium, one heavy, one light spring. So 3 springs. You should know what you like to do footwork on at this point though, so go for that. Go ahead and lay down. A little bit of space from those shoulder rests, arms down by your side. We're gonna start on our arches. Couple of big breaths in and out. In through your nose. Fill up that rib cage, feel it stretch and expand. Exhale out through your mouth, knit everything together, belly button to spine. One more big breath in. Exhale, press it off. Inhale, pull it back in. We're in parallel, we're on our arches. If you have really high arches like me, the arch position might end up being a little closer to the heel, just so you're not caving those knees inward. Make sure when you press it out, you're giving everything a good squeeze, activating all those little muscles, getting them ready to work. Your hips should be nice and steady here. You shouldn't feel them lifting or rocking. We're just coming right out of the hips for this move. Everything else is still and strong. Send the carriage all the way out and pause. Bend your knees, come halfway in. We're going to go tiny pulses for 4, 3, 2, 1, press it all the way out. Pull it all the way in. Slide up to your heels. Flex your toes back towards your nose. Press it off on your exhale. We are holding that flex. We're feeling that nice stretch down the back of our calves. Keeping with our breathing, inhale to return. Exhale to press it out. Nice little squeeze when we press it out, activating all of those muscles. Press it all the way out and pause. Bend your knees to come halfway in and pause. We're going to butterfly the knees, pivoting on the heels. Try to do it without moving the carriage, so we've got that nice static hold we're going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back to center. Press it out. Pull it in. Let's drop down to our toes, all 10 toes on that foot bar. Press it off on your exhale. We've got a little lift in our heels to activate those calves, but don't lock out your ankles. So no stiletto feet. Don't cave it forward. Just that little lift, pressing through the first 2 toes so we don't roll out on our ankles. Press it all the way out and pause. We're going to go for our calf raises. So drop both heels under, slow and controlled. Press it up onto your toes. Lower those heels down. No bouncing, strong, straight legs. Press it up. You can go in with that breath work too. Inhale down. Exhale up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it up. Bend your knees. Come halfway in. Lower and lift your heels without moving the carriage for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out and prance it out. Little prance, little stretch. Good. Point both your toes. Drop both heels under. Arms come up to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, roll it all the way up to seated. Bend your knees to come in and take off that heavy spring. So we're just going to be 1 light, 1 medium. Lay it back down. Pull up your pants because I'm sure you need to after that roll up. We're going to take our feet back to the foot bar. Just a quick round of bridging here to get our backs warmed up. We're not going to hang out here very long. We're going to go on our toesies in Pilates V. So that's the first position. Toes on that foot bar, heels together for our bridging. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your pelvis, roll it up into your bridge. Inhale at the top and exhale to melt it back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're kind of articulating it down. You want to keep that carriage as tight to the stoppers as you can. It's a little bit harder when we're in this position because we just need a little bit more space naturally. So if you're floating away a little bit, that's okay. Just be conscious of that. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, melt it down. This time, let's roll it up and hold it there. We'll go tiny pulses. Squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Pulse out on those knees for 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Exhale. Roll it all the way down. Good. Last little bit of bridging here. We're going to go for our semicircle. So let's scooch our butts down. It's super cute getting into this position. So we scooch our butts. So my belly button is pretty much exactly at the edge of the carriage. So I am dropping down. My whole sacrum, my hips are all hanging off the end of the carriage. You're going to take your arms up to those shoulder blocks. Hold on however is comfortable for you. This is kind of a natural. I kind of like to grab, but whatever works for you. We're going to go toes on the foot bar, heels together. So we're in that Pilates V. I can literally feel the springs on my butt. So that's how low I am. We're going to roll it up into our bridge. And I'm going to scooch it down even more here. We roll it up into our bridge. Send the carriage all the way out. Roll it down. Drop that butt. You're going to ride those springs all the way in. Roll it all the way up. Press it out. Roll it down. Articulate one vertebrae at a time. Ride those springs back in. Let's get 2 more. Roll it up. Send it out. Roll it down. Ride it in. Last one. Roll it up. Send it out. Roll it down. Ride it in. And then scooch on out of that. If that does not work for your lower back, you can always do semicircle prep. Same move, but you're up on the carriage the whole time, so you're not dropping into that extension. Let's bring it on up. Take your springs down to 1 light spring or 1 light button. We're going to go for some lunge work. So I like a light spring. Some reformers have like an extra light. To me, that's a little too light. So just 1 light spring. You're going to line up your box towards the foot bar of that reformer. And I actually like to tuck mine under the reformer a little bit so I know it's not going to flip and flop. It's not going to. Don't panic. All right. Come to standing on your box. Step it forward. You want to start off pretty close to the edge of the box. You're going to take your outside leg, cross it back to that shoulder rest. Ooh. Don't lose focus or you'll lose your balance. We're going for our curtsy lunge. I'm going to go prayer hands here. That's my preferred lunging hand, but you are welcome to go genie arms. You're welcome to go hands on the hips. You can even get in weights and add some arm moves here. If you have a set of 3s or 5s, those would be a great thing to add in. We're focusing on the leg that's on the box. The other leg is along for the ride. Press the carriage out, pause. We're going to skate that leg in and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it out. Reach your hands down, frame the corner of that box. We're going to kick that leg back. It's going to hook behind your other leg. You can have it join the other leg if you prefer. I like a hook. And we're holding our plank now. Keep breathing. Don't let that butt get too high. Don't let it drop too low. Nice straight line from top of the head to tailbone. And let's add in our pikes. So kick that butt up. Look back at your thigh. See if you can close that carriage. The slower, the harder. Use that exhale. Send it up. Let's get 1 more. Send it up. Kick it back. Step that foot forward. We're still in our lunge when we come up and we'll pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it all the way in. Whew. All right, let's take that box on top of the carriage. We're gonna go short box across. We'll do a little something in the middle and then we'll take the box to the other side. For this one, you're gonna wanna take your foot bar up to that top rung as high as you can get it, so you've got room for your legs underneath. Excuse me while I'm out of breath from those lunges. All right, we're gonna flip around. We're gonna go for our swan here, get a little extension working. So you're gonna come onto that box. Your hips are gonna go towards the front of that box. So scooch it forward. My belly button is right at the edge of the box. Right here is my belly button. And my heels are hooked under that foot bar. So it's gonna kind of depend on your anatomy, but you want most of your torso off the front edge of the box because we're going for some extension work here. So legs are pressed into that foot bar. Let's start with our hands down on the sides of your reformer just to get a feel. We're gonna lower it down, collapse forward, take a big breath in, squeeze your butt, lift up into your swan. Exhale, lower it down. If you feel okay here, you can try it with a hover in those hands. Lower it back down. And then if you're ready for the whole thing, take those hands to your head, lift it up, lower it back down. Keep going with your breath. You're gonna inhale to lift. When you lift, squeeze that butt, come up into that lift and hold it there before you lower it back down. Nice and slow and controlled. Don't let gravity take over when you lift it up. Let's go one more. This time we'll lift and hold it there. Lift and hold for 5, 4, 3. Lift a little higher. 2, 1. Lower it all the way down. Hey y'all. So right here, when I come down out of this swan, I accidentally hit the microphone and clicked off the sound. So we're gonna finish up the flow with a voiceover from me. So that's gonna be why the words aren't completely lined up with my mouth, but we should still be able to get through it. All right, so we're done with our swan. We're gonna go ahead and come up off of that box. Take a little breather because I know what we just did was really tough. And we're gonna take the box over to the side to get our lunges in on the other side. You can also go ahead and take that foot bar back to your middle rung and adjust your springs to 1 light spring or 1 light button. Whatever you did on the other side for your lunge, you're gonna wanna do the same thing on this side. When you're ready, come to standing on top of your box. That box is right against the reformer in line with the carriage. We're standing kind of in the middle of it so we have space to work with. We're gonna go for that curtsy lunge. So your outside leg is gonna reach back behind you and go against that shoulder rest. Our energy is focused on the leg on the box. That's where our weight is. We're bending and extending that leg. The other leg is along for the ride. You're welcome to add in some fancier arms if you'd like. If you did weights on the other side, you can do weights on this side. I need my arms for balance, to be completely honest, so I'm not going to add in weights just yet. Let's get a couple more, and next time you lunge it down, we're going to pause there and skate that back leg in and out. So now we're focusing on the reformer leg. That front leg is holding the lunge. Send the carriage all the way out. We're going to bring our hands down to the corners of the box and kick our leg back as gracefully as we can to get ready for some planking. You're welcome to have those feet side by side if that feels better, or to hook that foot over the ankle. Once you get out into that plank, you feel strong, you feel good, we're going to go for our pikes. Your shoulder should be right above your wrist here. Your legs are straight, your back is straight. It's like someone's grabbing your butt and pulling it up into the air. Tuck your head, look back at those thighs when you lift up into that pike. Let's get a couple more, squeezing those abs to lift. The legs are just kind of there. The carriage is assisting you into that lift a little bit, but not too much because we're on that light spring. Next time you send the carriage out, unhook that leg, step it forward. We're in our lunge again. Stand up and we pulse for 3, 2, 1. Step it all the way in. I am grateful for the voiceover right now because I am sure I am out of breath at this point. All right, we are done with that box. We're going to come on to the reformer and get in some single arm work here. So one light spring is honestly probably a good place to be, but you could take it up to a light button if you want. We're going to come to kneeling. Low kneel is fine, but this is an advanced flow, so if you're open to trying a high kneel, I would definitely go for that. We're going to reach back for our short loop on the left side with just one hand, come up into that high kneel. You're going to reach back so that both hands are holding onto that strap, and we're going for our wood chop or our golf swing, and then we're going to add in a bow and arrow. So it's a combo move. We're going to get that swing with both our hands. We're getting that twist, squeezing our abs. We bow and arrow back, the hand with the strap. Combo move, wood chop, sweep it forward. If the high kneel is not working for you today, you can go into that low kneel. Or if you wanted to be really fancy, you could raise and lower with the wood chop to bring the glutes into this too. You're welcome to add that in. Use your exhale to help you on the exertion. So you exhale up, inhale back, exhale forward, inhale down. That's going to be our last one. Go ahead and hang up that loop. We'll switch to grab the other side. Same deal here. You can low kneel it or high kneel it. That high kneel is going to be more of a full body because we're working on stability. For even more full body, you can raise and lower with it. Going for our combo move with our wood chop or our golf swing and then our bow and arrow. When you wood chop it up, just sweep your hands so they're right in front of you rather than taking it out at a diagonal, because since we're going for that bow and arrow, we want our hands right in front of us. Getting that nice twist in when we sweep down and when we bow and arrow back. Let's get a couple more. Long neck, like someone's pulling a string from the top of your head, so don't let it collapse. And this will be your last one. Go ahead and lower down. We're going to grab onto both straps here. Come up into your high kneel if that works for you. And we're going to finish up this little series with our hug a tree. Inhale as you open, exhale as you squeeze. There's a little bend in our elbows, fingertips are meeting in the middle. Keep your hands in your peripheral vision so you can see them the whole time. We don't want to irritate those shoulders. Long neck, gaze is forward. Let's get one more and then go ahead and lower down. Hang up those long loops. We're going to stay on whatever spring we're on, although if you want this to be more challenging, go for a lighter spring. This is our thigh stretch here. You're going to choke up on those springs, grab on past the clips, and you could even crisscross the straps if you wanted to. Come up to that high kneel. Your knees are pressed against the shoulder rest. You're going to squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, squeeze everything, and hinge back from your knees. Open your chest up towards the ceiling, and then squeeze it to pull back forth. So we're kind of bending our knees to bring it back, but our upper body is strong like a plank, and it's just hinging back. Opening up that chest towards the ceiling. Let's get one more because I know we're all tired. And then go ahead and hang up those long loops. That is it. We're going to do our final breath. If you're interested in adding more, you could pause the video and go for some legs and straps here or add on one of our other videos. Take a big breath in, roll it down. Give everything a little shake. Inhale at the bottom, shift your weight into your hands and feet, stand your butt up. Big breath in and roll it up on your exhale like a ragdoll. Circle those arms around, look up to the ceiling, and then exhale, relax. That was it, y'all. Thanks for hanging in for that weird little audio switch we had here. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, and if it does, it'll be on purpose. This was a 15-minute advanced full body flow from Tub Pilates. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for coming out. And if you're interested in adding a little bit more, be sure to check out one of our other shorter videos to tack on to this guy. Otherwise, have a great